Microsoft Windows is a meta-family of graphical operating systems developed, marketed, and sold by Microsoft. It consists of several families of operating systems, each of which cater to a certain sector of the computing industry. Active Windows families include Windows NT, Windows Embedded and Windows Phone. These may encompass subfamilies, e.g., Windows Embedded Compact or Windows Server. Defunct Windows families include Windows 9X and Windows Mobile. Microsoft introduced an operating environment named Windows on November 20, 1985, as a graphical operating system shell for MS-DOS in response to the growing interest in graphical user interfaces. Microsoft Windows came to dominate the world's personal computer market with over 90% market share, overtaking macOS, which had been introduced in 1984. However, since 2012, thanks to the massive growth of smartphones, Windows sells less than Android, which became the most popular operating system in 2014. When counting all of the computing platforms each operating system runs on, in 2014, the number of Windows devices sold were less than 25% of Android devices sold. As of July 2015, update, the most recent version of Windows for personal computers, tablets and smartphones is Windows 10. The most recent versions for server computers and embedded devices are respectively Windows Server 2012 R2 and Windows Embedded 8. A specialized version of Windows runs on the Xbox One game console. The next server version of Windows is Windows Server 2016, which is expected to be released in early 2016. Genealogy. By marketing role Microsoft, the developer of Windows, has registered several trademarks, each of which denote a family of Windows operating systems that target a specific sector of the computing industry. As of 2014, the following Windows families are being actively developed. Windows NT started as a family of operating system with Windows NT 3.1, an operating system for server computers and workstations. It now consists of 3 operating system subfamilies that are released almost at the same time and share the same kernel. Windows, the operating system for mainstream personal computers. The latest version is Windows 10. It is almost impossible for someone unfamiliar with the subject to identify the members of this family by name because they do not adhere to any specific rule, e.g., Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, 8.1 and Windows RT are members of this family, but Windows 3.1 is not. The main competitor of this family is OS X by Apple Inc. Windows Server, the operating system for server computers. The latest version is Windows Server 2012 R2. Unlike its client sibling, it has adopted a strong naming scheme. The main competitor of this family is Linux. Windows P, a lightweight version of its Windows sibling meant to operate as a live operating system, used for installing Windows on bare metal computers, recovery or troubleshooting purposes. The latest version is Windows P 5.1. Windows Phone, an operating system sold only to manufacturers of smartphones. The first version was Windows Phone 7. The latest version is Windows Phone 8.1. The main competitor of this family is Android by Google. Windows Embedded. Initially, Microsoft developed Windows CE as a general-purpose operating system for every device that was too resource-limited to be called a full-fledged computer. Eventually, however, Windows CE was renamed Windows Embedded Compact and was folded under Windows Compact trademark, which also consists of Windows Embedded Industry, Windows Embedded Professional, Windows Embedded Standard, Windows Embedded Handheld and Windows Embedded Automotive. The following Windows families are no longer being developed. Windows 9X, an operating system that targeted consumers market, discontinued because of suboptimal performance. Microsoft now caters to the consumers market with Windows NT. Windows Mobile. The predecessor to Windows Phone, it was a mobile phone operating system. The first version was called Pocket PC 2000. The third version, Windows Mobile 2003, is the first version to adopt the Windows Mobile trademark. The last version is Windows Mobile 6.5.